Jonathan, I have finished my second playthrough and already planned my third playthrough of 4. I'm doing 4 playthroughs. I've committed myself. Finished the second, started the third of 4 playthroughs
of
Baldur's Gate. Yeah. How many hours do you think I have?
I'm gonna guess. Okay, hold on. Because we played the absolute crap out of Monster Hunter 4, and we ended up with like 400 average hours, I think. Like
yes.
on like each of our saves. I'm gonna guess right now you're 2 out of the planned 4, and it's a pretty long game. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna guess about like 200 hours.
260 right now.
Yes.
Damn, that was some good mental math real quick.
I'm like, wait, hold on, guys. So my mental math was I remember losing a lot of time to Monster Hunter, and so I feel like
how many Monster Hunter? It's like Monster Hunter 4U time is Bitcoin.
Yeah, my only gauge of reference is Monster Hunter 4U or Persona 5s. Like, how many Persona 5s would he go through? Would they go through to get like one Baldur's Gate?
Right.
I think about 2 Persona 5 playthroughs is about 1 Baldur's Gate playthrough, and it took me like 100 hours on Persona 5.
I would say a Persona 5 is equal to a Baldur's Gate, depending on who's playing. I think if I knew as much about the game playing my first time around, if I got to the game just now, with everything I know about it, I think my first playthrough would have been 200 hours.
Okay. Yeah, because also I have to think about it. There's a lot of like side quests and stuff in Baldur's Gate, right?
And I keep missing some that like my second playthrough, I fucked up 1 for sure. I missed like 3 in Act 1, and then forgot about 2 in Act 3. I don't even know about Act 2. Act 2, I am so scared to see what I missed in Act 2.
I have yet to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I do know that like if it doesn't get Game of the Year this year,
it would be crazy.
Or like RPG, like if it doesn't win like best in like a lot of the categories it's put up for, then like all hope is gone.
Brother, I mean like we've litigated this. I don't like RPGs. It like in a game sense, because of a lot of things, like on the lower end, like some Pokemon stuff, like I don't like it because it's like, okay, I don't actually have to think about mechanics. And then on the higher end, it's like, oh, this game's only mechanics.
Yeah.
The story kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like,
and like, I guess it's a bit of, is it a hot take to say that Final Fantasy games stories like kind of whatever? Like it was groundbreaking then. But
wait,
now?
Which one? Like the first one, or
like painting with a broad brush?
Oh, like Final Fantasy games in general?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it depends like which one.
Bad in general. Yeah, of course. It'll depend. Like,
it depends which one. Like, if you go back to the early ones, like some of them are kind of like super just generic high fantasy.
Right.
And then like you get to 15 where it's like, bruh, like what do you like, the game starts and you're like, dude, wait, I'm so lost. And like, oh yeah, you didn't see the movie? It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, like, yeah, the movie with whatever, some actor's name that played the movie. Like, yeah, dude, it was a prequel movie.
Played 8 or 11?
Was 11 the RPG, I think?
11 was the...
I think 11 was the first MMO, right?
No, 12 was the first MMO. 11's the one where
or is it the
Sexy
Zodiac
Hot Bunny
Age
Lady.
or whatever? Yeah, the Zodiac Age. That's like the remastered version was called or whatever.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. That one was pretty good from what I remember.
Okay. Because I hear only from people that I trust that like 7 didn't age bad. I know I probably wouldn't like it, but from people that I trust, whose opinions I trust, 8 and 11 are where it's at.
Yeah. 8's really good. It's also got the card game simulator in it.
Now we're talking.
Triple Triad or whatever.
Bro. I
but
fucking
then
suck dick at Triple Triad.
Yeah.
I played a lot in 14.
Yeah. And then from what I remember of 11, it was really good. It's really different, but I think also I could be wrong. I think that was the one that like canonically took place in like the Tactics world, I think. The world of Final Fantasy Tactics.
So. I think that's the case because that's around the same time.
Let me see. Final Fantasy Zodiac Age. I can't remember. Oh, it is 12. The Zodiac Age.
Oh, so 11 was the MMO.
Yeah.
12's what I was thinking of. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But the game takes place in Ivalice, and I believe Ivalice is Yes, Ivalice is described as a complex world with a very long history, and the stories of Final Fantasy Tactics, Vagrant Story, and Final Fantasy 12 take place in it. That world is like super sick.
I am willing to guess that the reason the people whose opinions I care about have the opinion that 8 and 11 are like among the best.
Yeah.
At least for them personally. And why I am inclined with very little. I played the 12 spin-off game for the DS.
Oh, Revenant Wings or whatever?
Yes! Holy shit. And ever since then, I think it's an RTS as opposed to an RPG. Crazy. But like ever since then, I've been like, damn, I want to play 12. Not the other ones.
Yeah.
12. I think the reason why is because of story fleshed out.
Yeah.
Dude, after that DS game, I was hype as hell to get into 13.
Yeah.
I booted that shit up, immediately was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Dude, yeah, Final Fantasy 12 is a really good story. Anything that's touched by Tetsuya Nomura, steer clear.
Okay, there we go. So we're getting to the crux of the way I formed this opinion, right?
Yeah, because have you heard the explanation of the stupidity of Final Fantasy VII Remake?
No?
It's okay. It's cool, but it's also the most Tetsuya Nomura thing I've ever heard, and thus it enrages me.
Damn, I didn't think this is where this intro tangent was gonna go.
So Final Fantasy VII Remake, I won't spoil specific story elements from it, but okay, it's called Remake not because it's an HD remake, or not because they remade the game in a new system.
I was gonna say
it's
a word.
It's a freaking meta. It's called Remake because in the game, the characters are living on a different timeline than the original game events. And there's parts of the game that differentiate from the original game. And when that happens, there's like these dark, like...
No.
They almost look like...
I've heard of this. I've purged it from my mind.
They look like the things from Harry Potter, the Death Seekers or whatever. And their job is to push the timeline towards the like canon events of the story of 7. And when the timeline starts veering off, like the dimensions start going crazy.
Because
F it, you already know. Everybody knows at this point. Sephiroth shows up and it's
Aerith is supposed to die, right?
Yeah, Sephiroth shows up, but the Sephiroth that shows up in the game is implied to be the one from the like original game and not from this world's version of Sephiroth, because he knows things about Cloud that haven't happened yet in this timeline, but they have for him in his dude, it's crazy.
Okay, but like I like that for different reasons. I don't think it's good.
Yeah. But it's like I said, it's you look at it, and if you look at it, and if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, like hearing Maximilian dude explain it, because he's like a huge fan of 7, he's like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. It's like a dissection of the Final Fantasy story. Like if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, the original, and you play this, like it's super cool because it kind of like throws everything on its head. And then, like, you look at it and you take a step back and you're like, no, this is some Kingdom Hearts BS. Like, I hate him.
Hell yeah. Okay. That's sick as fuck, actually.
Yeah. It's cool and all it's the yin and yang of cool and I hate it. That's they live in harmony.
As we're talking about all these different things of like what a story can be, right?
Yeah.
We've hit all the notes. Baldur's Gate 3, like, 1, deserves Game of the Year, like, full stop. Not in a specific category, full stop. But its story has been, like, in some ways, like, it scratches a lot of itches. Because, like, I did not realize I knew so much about like D&D lore, but evidently I know a fucking lot. It's got me in D&D brain again, and I've been writing adventures again.
Oh, like, shit.
I don't know if you knew, but like when we did when we tried to do like our the homebrew stories that I was like going for, like I had like full outline relatively done.
Oh damn.
Like
no, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Right. So like I'm getting into doing that again. And like I had such a nice fucking idea that was brought upon from like some guy on TikTok. 'Cause like, okay, the youngins have got to Baldur's Gate 3. Great, I'm glad for them. The fucking girlies who love Gale of Waterdeep, whatever his fucking Greek ass last name is, like, one personally couldn't be me. I can kind of see why other people why he appeals to those people. Looking at those people's track records, I'm like, okay, you like a pathetic sopping rag of a man. And like that sounds like a disparaging way to describe him, but like to some people they're like, hell yes, that's exactly why I love him. And you know, power to you. Great, fantastic. What I don't support is like people out here like Mystra, the goddess of magic, in her relations with the wizard Gale of Waterdeep, groomed him. And it's like,
bruh.
Grooming means quite some more. Can you read it that way? Yes. And if you, out of your trauma, are reading it that way, incredibly sensible, go off, great. But like there's people out here that have just like kind of like taken that narrative as this is the social justice thing to say. I'm a liberal. I would still vote for Hillary Clinton. Like, type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going around and like thoughtlessly dispensing this as if like, one, like, she's a god. They're all groomers. Like, yeah, dude. The only reason they can exist is because they have a clergy. The gods exist to grant favor in some way or another that aligns with their portfolio. I have to use the D&D word.
Yeah. So
like, okay, cool, fantastic, whatever. The the TikTok, the premise of it was Mistra being a groomer, whatever. She's done worse shit. Like, she sucks for a whole separate list of reasons. Like, and the one that they brought up was like fucking flawless. Okay, so do you know what a Draco Lich is?
It sounds. I know what.
It sounds exactly like what.
That. Yeah,
right? So, yes, it is a dragon who is a lich.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And that's what everyone's reaction to that is. They're a very, like, new thing in lore. They came up in 3.5e, and it was very, very interesting that it came up that way. But, like, Mistra had her hand in it the whole time. The ritual that would make Draco Liches, she was like, because like she can, okay, the people around Mistra, their job is to observe, and if something seems fishy, go to Mistra and be like, Mistra, you have the final yes no on if people can access magic. Like, is this a yes no? So someone went up to her, like one of her little servants, and said, hey, some guy named Samaster is trying to turn dragons into liches. And her reaction is just like, yeah, man, sure. Because her prerogative is to progress the study of magic, right?
Yeah.
So dragons can also practice magic, therefore it wouldn't like wipe out all existence. Therefore it wouldn't like people can still practice magic. It's only just dragons. But then above that there was a Draco Lich that studied magic.
Horrifying.
You know, like dragons are categorically they're sorcerers. They have an innate skill in magic, but wizards are people who study magic. This Draco Lich, a Dargathoth, is both.
Oh, God.
Technically, dragons, like elder dragons, you could classify them as like a level 20 plus sorcerer. Level 20 being max level for those who don't know.
That's insane.
He's implied to be also a level 20 wizard. So, yeah. Incredibly fucked. Everything's so fucked about him. And, like, I've studied Draco Liches before because of, like, a one-shot I was running. And all that is just feeding into this again. And I'm like, oh, cool. I can write something that would fit in immediately after running the Waterdeep expansion that like is officially Wizards of the Coast. Like I can go from that and how many tabs do I have open in my research? I have the number right fucking here. How many?
Upwards of 20.
87. 87. Dude, I had this so planned. And the worst thing is this was right in my flight back fucking home that I was brain blasting, dude. Blasting. I was Jimmy Neutron up in the air, mile high, baby.
Dude.
And like, if you haven't flown recently, Wi-Fi's not free anymore.
Oh, no.
Because these rat bastards want you to fucking pay them so you can watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever. Like, streaming sites
F all that
into their bottom line now, so Wi-Fi's not free anymore. Fuck you, American Airlines. But, so I had to, before my flight, I was able to archive onto my phone 2 of these pages. I had to choose from 87. I archived 2. And I played my cards right. I wrote 8 pages in this fucking flight from East Coast back to Colorado. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah, we're talking like in 5 hours. Less, definitely less. But like terribly 5 hours. I get back to Colorado, I get back on internet, right?
Yes.
I made the mistake of doing this on Google Docs. I opened a new doc, but it didn't understand that I opened a new doc because of like how quick I did it before I turned on airplane mode. 8 pages. Oh, like we're talking not even an outline. It was like rough draft of a narrative.
Oh my God.
Gone. Because I did it on Google Docs instead of my Notes app.
No, not like this.
Completely gone. I recovered the 87 pages, and I do kind of remember what I was cooking. And I landed, turned off airplane mode, went back to the document, and Google said, "Oh, you don't have the access rights to this document." And
Google, I made the document.
I'm in the plane still. Like, people haven't gotten off yet.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to the gate. I just went full zen. And I was like, whatever I cooked, if it was good, it will come back once I cook again.
It will come back.
It will come. If it's good, it will come back. Went immediate full zen. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I installed Firefox finally. Between Google fucking me and the fact that I needed this specific Firefox extension for my brain to work with how I planned this out, I was like, okay, Firefox, here we go. I got the tree style tab extension, so that way like it goes out and like there's like a branch path for it.
Yes. All right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm ready to cook again. I just need to set time aside to cook. So we're getting there.
Hell yeah.
That's why I brought up Baldur's Gate in the first place. All that time ago.
We are an RPG writing podcast now.
Maybe sometime. I know there's people. There are people in our audience that would very much enjoy that.
Yeah.
But not today. I'll maybe let y'all see what I'm cooking on Patreon. Because like I unless there's like people on Discord who would also want to see it, I haven't really.
Yeah.
I know the people who would want to see it are already on the Patreon just by happenstance. But like, if even a single person on Discord's like, "Hey, I'd like to see what you're cooking," I'll just put it there. Or both, fuck it, I don't know. So I guess in that sense we are an RPG podcast, but we're not a One Piece RPG podcast.
Yeah, that not yet. We're a One Piece manga podcast. We're Paramecia Fancast, the One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapters of One Piece and have different One Piece related discussions every single week. My name is John.
My name is Franz, and I'm not done with the intro, bitch. Guess what? No, I like very, very quick. This is honestly more than anything an insane call to action.
Oh no.
So, dear listeners, John.
Yes.
I present to you Shuggy, Shanks, and
yes.
Buggy, right? I don't necessarily ship them yet, but my brain chemistry has been changed a lot recently. And in significant ways that like I'm not ready to talk about on the podcast. But there's this one artist on Twitter. I'm at Whittle Wanny, like WIDDLEWANI. This person has like I've seen fem buggies before. I've seen fem buggies. But this made me go like, oh, because it's like a fem everyone. Like this person just fucking estrogen beam go
Estrogen
and hit
beam
everyone.
go.
I am but an ape now. I've gone out of my mind. So Buggy's just been on my mind. And it made me realize, like, okay, like, this person really likes the Cross Guild ship more than with Shanks. But, like, it got me thinking about, like, people, how, like, their Shuggy shit is real, dude. Like, I may not ship it, but I know it's real.
It exists.
Everything he said, like about going to the One Piece and that flashback about, like, damn man, like, you changed. Like, I wanted you to go to the One Piece. I wanted to follow you to the One Piece. And that, like, Shuggy's real. No doubt about it. But I brain blasted with this too. And I must ask you, my lovely audience, has someone brain blasted in the exact way that I will describe shortly before in the fanned fiction? So hear me out, right? I'm going to say one sentence and you're probably going to understand immediately where I'm going. Shanks, one arm, gone. Buggy, two arms, but they pull apart.
No,
dog. Okay, hold on. But wouldn't it be cute, unironically, if like Endgame or whatever, they make out, whatever, and like they gotta fight together, right? We're talking red hair Shanks, like the emperor of the four emperors, with Buggy accidentally is the other of the four emperors.
Yeah.
Like, tag teaming like that in a fight?
Yes.
Isn't that a little hype?
All right, hold on. That's
right?
pretty hype. That's pretty hype.
That's pretty hype.
I like that.
And
I'm gonna need...
it's really cute. So, yeah, I need to know if there's a fan fiction out there that has thought of this before. Because if not, fuck you, trademark, copyright,
trademark,
registered.
It's mine.
It's mine, dibs, unspeakable things will be done with that hand. So, yes, please let me know on Twitter if you find a fan fiction, explicit or not, where Buggy gives his hand to Shanks in place of his left arm.
Yeah, we need to know.
Is this episode 302? Just so I can, like, fucking
302, yeah.
Sick. Just so I can fucking put this person's Twitter right there on our Discord.
Nice.
Paramecia Flower
Oh my
Capital.
god.
We have our notes there.
I'm
done.
Up
finally, though.
Frickin'. I went to open up Chrome and I accidentally opened up Adobe Media Encoder. But hey, chapter 1096, Kumachi. Which I read that and I was like, this whole chapter I read it and I was like, oh no. Like,
yeah.
It's super cool, but then by the end of the chapter, you're just like, oh, you realize that you're what manga you're reading and what he does to moms, and I'm like, oh no. Like,
yeah. I still don't feel well. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those. It's an anxiety that won't go away. My
and
oven is still on.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I was like, dude, like, Big Mom is the exception, bro. Like, not only has Oda not killed her, like, she's thriving, dude. She's in her MILF era. She's like, she's destroying everybody. She's getting all these fights. She's hype. And then he's like, no, I'm going to banish her to the lava realm and have her, like, melt to death. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you thought I forgot about how I treat moms in this manga? Like,
bro, ain't no way.
Jesus, but no, chapter 1096. We'll get to the frightening mom related.
We're here with Watch Mojo's top 10 anime mom deaths. Number 1, Big Mom burning the fuck alive in the mantle of the earth.
Yeah. Not only does Law stab her with a sword the length of the world itself, she gets nailed by a railgun blast 17 times that sends her beyond the Earth's crust into the Earth's mantle.
Christ.
Like, Jesus. But we got the cover story, which it's I love it. It's so cute. Reader request: Zoro lamenting losing a game of musical chairs to chihuahuas in the woods. Like, I don't know what, like,
Jobber. That's all I gotta say.
Jobber, yeah.
I'm built different.
Like,
Owen lost.
Zoro losing musical chairs to these dogs is already hilarious, and then one of the dogs just just stealing Wado Ichimoji, and like there's a DJ dog. This is like Zoro's reaction is great to this, just holding his head in shame, just like, no. So like, how could this be?
There are some people that like they like to joke about these reader request ones and try to like fit them into canon or whatever.
Yeah.
And like if this like there's no way to do so for this other than like this is what like Zoro gets nightmares about.
Yeah.
For no good reason. He just like wakes up like
yeah. He lost in his dream. Oh, did you fight Mihawk again? No. Worse. Oh my god, it's so good. But dude, we start off the chapter right where we left off. Like, these gross celestial dragons are like starting their game. We've already introduced the 13 super rare rabbits. They're worth 10,000 points each. There are also 150 rare rabbits. One hit kills will earn you an excellence bonus, and we have some very fine prizes indeed for the champion. And you'll notice that there's 6 treasure chests like on pedestals. This will come into play later. At the very end for some theories that we gotta talk about, but
no,
like, right, it'll come up like midway through the chapter.
Okay.
Watch, then so we get Shanks's good old peepaw. Watch this, children. That trophy will belong to the Man-Mayer family. Like, you won't win this one, Garling. It's like all these celestial dragons like getting ready, like the actual celestial dragons that are like not worthless and ugly, like they're here. But you know, they're like, oh, like how can you? All the people are like, how can you do this? Like, wake me up from this nightmares. Like whatever. Some kid gets shot, and she's like, no, my child. It's like not so fast, boys. Obey the rules. Meanwhile, there are 200 world noble hunters. The hunt will begin in an hour. Run and hide, rabbits. And like, it's just so gross, dude. But juxtaposed to that grossness, we get I believe, is that, no, I don't know who this is. That brand new on the?
I'm having a lot of trouble.
It's someone with the crazy hair in the Navy, younger. That's why I can't clock them, because they're younger.
Exactly.
But
like, I don't know, man. It's like fucking skeleton guy, as far as I know.
Yeah. But we get Navy headquarters, and it's like, oh, like, someone on the phone is like, why such a remote island? And it's Garp. And he's like, I can't tell you, Garp. Please just go. We're not certain. We're not certain yet, ... but we can't afford to take chances. Oh, is this that Celestial Dragon's little field trip? Like, I warned you not to mess with Full-Lead, but who listens to me? And then, that was treasure from Pirate Island. Of course, they'll come back to get it. Who leaked that information? Hey, they've got plenty of security, right? Why the fear? Well, the thing is, we didn't think Roger would get involved. And he's like, lead with that next time, I'm going.
This is old man Yowie.
Yeah. Things to pick up on here. We're not certain yet, but we can't afford to take chances. Like, I warned you not to mess with Full-Lead. And then that treasure was from Pirate Island. Of course, they'll come to get it back. And Pirate Island was originally the Rocks Pirates hideout. Yep. And so that will come into play later. Because there's some things that they introduce in this flashback that are like, oh.
Yeah, so much has fallen into place. And yet, we've got so many more questions.
Yeah.
And kind of immediately, we get a quick glimpse into Full of Lead, where it's, the Rocks Pirates have already left. They got the jump on us. We got to catch up. Come on. This is a huge deal for the pirating world. Like, almost a throwaway line other than just a ominous reminder of, hey, Rocks comes here. He's involved.
Yeah.
And then we go straight back to God Valley. And just like, it's so fucked. It's just all the people here trapped talking about how fucked they are. This island surrounded. I've never seen this many Navy ships before. Of course, there's no escape. The reality of this atrocity itself will be erased from history. They've concocted this sick murder game to drive off the inhabitants of the island so they can take its resources. Would you believe that 100,000 rabbits who live on this island will all be dead to the very last man in just 3 weeks? Is this real life or is this hell? And lo and behold, the person who was like probably saying all of this, but like at the very least has been talking about this, is none other than Ivankov.
Yeah. Ivankov, I love like some old man who's like in shades, like, but if we could survive the next 3 weeks, we'll be free. And he's like, stop dreaming, you fool. The number of survivors of all of these games combined is 0. He's like, why would they tell us that just to give us hope? Because it's the hope that makes us struggle and run. What's so fun about killing people who only fall to the ground in abject despair? Don't waste your time dreaming of salvation in this sick game. We have to escape the game itself. And like, we turn the page, it's like, St. Garland already has 100,000 points. Is he going for the high value rabbits? And then we get like the cutest little scene, and then like some more explanation. Okay, so yes, it's off. Thanks for those mighty jaws, my shark fishman friend. And he's just like, thank you. No one's ever said that to me before. And it's just like, dude, it's like, I love Ivankov.
Dude, Ivankov's so genuine, like, and so is this new little girl, little Ginny. Are
Ginny,
we sticking with that?
Yeah.
Let me. Is fandom back? I don't know if you knew. I was stuck in fucking.
I went on fandom yesterday and it worked. So
it's been down all day.
Oh, today it's been down.
Yeah. I only know because of this fucking D&D shit. I realized, like,
oh no,
because Firefox was keeping like archives of the pages for me. I hadn't noticed until like I like clicked another link to open something else, and I'm like,
and it was like, nah.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to check the raws right now, so let's just go with Ginny.
Yeah, but Ginny's just like, the prizes for the event are the key to our escape. Prizes. And then she goes on, they've got one of the most powerful devil fruits in existence. It allows whoever eats it to transform into a mythical azure dragon. And also the pawpaw fruit, which allows the user to send others and themselves to distant islands. They're both here on God Valley. If any of us can eat them, the dozens of us here can get past the Navy blockade and escape this hell. No, we can't. The prizes are in the center of the island. And then Ginny says something. Okay, so she goes, but I'm a pro at thieving, tapping, and transmissions. 2 weeks ago, I managed to send a message about the island to the outside. Maybe somebody heard it. Anyway, for our plan, we're going to need a decoy. And Kuma's like, I'll do it. I'm big and hardy, so I can survive longer than others. And I don't want to see anyone die anyways. And Ginny's like, like looking at him say that. But keep all this in mind, folks. The next double page spread is what... dude, okay. we'll get to it when we get to it, but he's like, yeehaw, well said, Kuma, I won't let them kill you, let's get off God Valley together. And oh buddy, like, oh buddy.
2 weeks prior, so that's definitely when everyone in Rocks and probably Garp found out.
Yeah, because like, oh man, dude.
But like, the only thing I don't know, I guess like she's just like goated with the sauce and like listened in on people who are like planning this shit. Because like I'm sitting here like, how'd she find out 2 weeks prior? But like, yeah, the answer literally might be goated with the sauce.
Like, she's goated, but also like she knew what the prizes were. She talks about 2 of them, but she knows what the other prizes are. And I think that's the key to freaking, like, everything else.
Oh.
Like, she's like, okay.
Oh.
2 of the prizes are the devil fruits. There's 6 treasure chests.
One must be, or at some point became, Shanks.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And then what's his face was saying, the Navy guy, we're not certain yet, but we can't afford to take chances. That was treasure from Pirate Island. Of course they would come to get it back. Something was stolen from Pirate Island, assumedly from the Rocks pirates. And specifically on the next page, the spread with them, they say something along the lines of like, let's just get what we came here for. Like, don't lose sight of the goal. We have to be certain it's here first, or something like that.
So there is the one.
Yeah. They were after something. They had something that was taken from them. And so now they all came, like, it was taken or stolen from them. And then because of the transmission, they now know where it is. And so does every other pirate in existence. So they're all heading here. And it has to be something. It has to be something, mind you, bad enough that by the end of the God Valley incident, Roger and Garp are defending the Celestial Dragons from it.
Oh, I mean,
like that's the like. I mean, okay. According to what's his face, like Sengoku, like that's what we know happens at the end of God Valley. Whatever happens, it was Rocks versus Garp and Roger, and they were defending the Celestial Dragons. So it's like, okay, like
I wonder, because like, okay, I'm sitting here thinking like, what the fuck could it be? But I'm also sitting here thinking like maybe Rocks just sucked, so he was like the fall guy, so to speak, and like Roger wasn't, because like Garp happened to be fighting with him. But I don't believe what I just said so much.
Yeah.
Why would Garp and Sengoku not be a reliable narrator when they were there?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm like, bro, okay. Like, what? Like, oh, dude, it's oh, dude. And we'll continue, but dude, we need to see more we need to see the God Valley incident, dude. We get a piece of it. We get the preamble to it, but then it's like, bro, what actually happened?
Oh man, Eva stopped and we go to like the not the border, but like the whole barricade surrounding the island, and one of the Navy ships just blows up. And they're spotting them like, oh, Rocks pirates east of the island. Why? Oh, not just them. More ships. They're all infamous pirates. Why didn't we hear about this? What do they want? Fire. And here we get Rocks riding in. Still no image no reveal of him. Yeah. No Rocks reveal. But we do get like a couple people where it's like, who the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Like there's a fisherman here I don't recognize. Do you recognize the person with alcohol?
Is that Captain? Let me go to Thriller Bark. Captain John is one of them.
Oh,
the guy whose treasure Buggy
John
was after.
Okay, Gloriosa, I get where like her deal, but I don't remember her name.
That's Granny Nyan from Amazon Lily.
Oh yeah, because she was like a famous pirate.
Yeah,
but we didn't know she was with Rocks.
Yeah,
did we?
No, we didn't. We had assumed that it was Shocky because she said like, 40 years ago, like Garp was hunting me.
Oh right.
And then she settled down with Rayleigh.
Was she here?
So
I don't. Yeah, see why she'd be here.
We just assumed it was her, but it's Granny Nyan that actually did it, which is cool. I mean, we did get the reveal that Shocky was one of the former Kuja pirate empresses.
Yes.
And I think she might have been the one that they were talking about that left with like Roger. That there was one pirate empress that like got love sickness and then like left or something.
Oh yes. So
they never like describe it, but I think that it was Shocky, and instead of like dying, she lives with Rayleigh. But yeah, the guy with the alcohol is Captain John, because when they reveal him in Thriller Bark, he was one of the zombies that got brought back by Hogback, and he has the same long hair and he's carrying a bottle.
Cool.
Like when you see him, yeah.
So first time like literal reveal.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is the like there? So on the last panel, which we'll get to this page, but like the last panel and the one above it. The one above it, I think we should know, but I don't.
The one above. Okay, so there was a couple names that like were revealed when we heard about the Rocks Pirates for the first time that they weren't shown to us. It was. Oh, I forget his name. Wang Ji, I think, is one of the guys. Right. I think Wang Ji is the guy with the helmet.
Okay.
In the middle. And then the bottom guy, I have no idea. It's Johnny from Guilty Gear. I have literally no idea. Yeah, it's Bogart again. It's the lurking legend, dude. It's Johnny from Guilty Gear. And even in the manga, he's voiced by Cell's voice actor. May he rest in peace.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not entirely lost then. Cool.
Yeah.
So here we get a spread of them. Obligatory young Big Mom hot. Shiki also for the first time.
Shout out to Shiki.
Whitebeard's out here like making like he's the leader in some way. Just like, because like Rock seems to have just flown off.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, not so fast, Rocks. Who said I was your follower, you fool. Stussy is literally doting on him, like on top of him, like, oh, Newgate, not you too. And then Shiki, Big Mom, Kaido, and now we know Silver John, just all talking about like, oh, finders keepers. Oh, it's mine. No, it's mine. No, it's mine. And we also have Gloriosa calling Stussy pathetic.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
So good. Don't be so pathetic, Stussy. Same to you, Gloriosa. Yeah, and then Big Mom is like, oh, finders keepers, like, they'll be mine. And then I like Kaido, like, you can't do anything with them, Lin. Which, like, to me, it seems to me that
Operation Big Mom had not commenced.
Oh, shit. No. Like, okay, if I'm reading into this correctly and the treasures were taken from Pirate Island and they are all devil fruits, like they were, I'm assuming they were like all 6 of them are devil fruits, which to me implies that like Rocks is his plan is kind of like whatever his plan was is like Blackbeard's plan, because Blackbeard is also like hoarding devil fruits. And I mean, not everybody on Rox's crew has devil fruits. Like, I don't think Stussy has one. No. Gloriosa definitely didn't. Captain John, I don't know if he did or not.
We don't
but
know
it's
if
like
Shiki did now.
Yeah.
He probably did. Because I don't remember the movie much. Did he get it after during like?
I think it's implied he already had it when he was fighting.
Maybe
Roger.
we can assume here too.
Yeah,
but like Silver John?
It's one of those things. Okay, the fight that him and Roger had, the first fight that's shown in the movie in Strong World, happens after years after God Valley, because it happened when Roger was older. Yeah, he was closer to like what he looks like in the intro. Yeah. So it's if Shiki doesn't have his fruit now, maybe we could assume that his fruit is one of the 6 treasure chests.
I mean, with a fucking power like gravity, yeah, I can see why. Like his is like the float fruit or some shit, right?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, okay, what on earth is like what is Rox's plan, dude? Like,
I don't know. And what was this treasure they're looking for?
Yeah. I don't know, man. But it's to me, it's like, okay, all of those are devil fruits, and they were some or all of them were stolen from Pirate Island, so they're here to get them back. But the way they're talking about them is like, okay, at the very least, one of them is like insane.
Right. Like, I think what you're trying to get at, that like whatever Rox got his hands on was so fucked.
Yeah.
Like I think that's most reasonable, and one of those, like whatever fucked thing it was, has to come from this smorgasbord.
Yeah, but oh man, dude, it's like, oh, the Rox pirates have made landfall. Like, what is the Navy doing if they lay a single finger on us? It's like, reporting in, pirate crews are all converging from all over. How did it get out? This was top secret. Their purpose here is unclear. Watch out on the western shore. It's the Roger pirates. And then Rayleigh's like, this is going to be a wild one. It's been a whole year. Do you have any idea how I felt all this time? No special privileges for the captain here, Roger. Like,
a year since what?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is it a year since... Like, dude, yeah, I don't understand what he's referencing here.
No clue.
Is it a year since they've fought the Rox pirates? Is it a year since the position of the paging seems like he's going up against the Holy Knights?
Right. Like a
year since they've
probably
been to God Valley?
Maybe. We definitely don't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, GOD Valley?
Yeah.
Is that something?
Yeah.
But what is this shit, man? Fucking
yeah.
A year? I want to point out that I was wrong. Operation Big Mom was very well into effect before God Valley. Perisparrow must have been like 8 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
So like she was cooking. She wasn't Big Mom. Cooking. She was Big MILF.
Yeah, big MILF.
I mean, I guess depending on your proclivities.
Okay. Operation Big Mom, while yes, eugenicsy, is also oddly progressive in its goal.
Yeah, but like it's definitely like the ends don't justify the means. But
like we must pursue eugenics practices in order to eliminate racism, and it's like
you got the last half, buddy.
Yeah, like
do your math again.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Banished to the mantle of the earth with you.
Yeah, she deserved that.
Yeah. But no, look, eugenicsy, man, I'm looking at Big MILF here. I'm look, I'm just saying. I think the caveman brain would win out for me.
Fucking bro, if I had the fucking fandom wiki open, I could make a joke, but instead I have like I'm gonna Ikoku her sovereignty. That's what you get. That's
damn.
It's all I remember. Hold on. She stole on my Pocus till I. We'll workshop this. We'll be back next week with that joke. for now, we've got Garling Fingerland out here, just like, okay, Celestial Guards will handle this. Calls the Navy pathetic for their blockade. Yeah. And the moment he calls them pathetic, like, there's some people like, mind you, these people are running away for their fucking lives.
Yeah.
And something different happened. I'm not going to say better, but something else. Yeah. And they're just like, what's happening? In the distance, it's Roger and Rox. The Navy saying that, followed by, this one might be too much for us. And then help has arrived. It's Vice Admiral Garp. Woo, we're saved. And here he is. Tell me where to find Roger. And don't think I haven't noticed. The real man, Bogard.
Full body? Or Bogard, yeah.
Right there.
Bogard. Dude, Bogard got so much well-deserved screen time in the live action. I'm glad that he's
for real
front and center here. Bogard is the homie.
Oh man, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I had never noticed him before the live action.
Yeah. Now you go back and he's in like every scene.
At this rate, yeah. But
he's been there the whole time.
Oh man.
The true perpetrator of God Valley.
It wasn't dude, Bogard gets knocked out and that he looks at Gold Roger, only you can help him with this.
Yeah. Yes.
Will of Bo.
Bogardy. Oh god. But we get like explosion. Well, yeah, Garp is here. He's like, tell me where to find Roger. And we get like buildings exploding. It's like, I can't believe our luck. Is this it? It sure is. I don't know which it is, but let's eat them. And it's Ivankov and Kuma holding devil fruits. You turn the page, dude. Immediate like child kill move from Big Mom to grab the devil fruit.
Bro, me when I see a kid tomorrow, we're recording this on the 30th of October. When I see a kid tomorrow with a bag full of Smarties.
Not so fast. Oh god.
And the other kid has a fucking bag of I don't know, Twigs, Crunch.
Yeah.
I'll take that one too. Eat it, Kuma. Don't think. Eat fruit and save yourself.
This is the worst Halloween ever.
We just need one survivor, and then we've won.
Oh my god. This is the worst Halloween ever, dude.
Oh my god. An old man doesn't even whip out a cane. He just looks at the kid wrong.
Dude, yeah. Dude, that's so messed up too, knowing now that like, dude, he's just using his devil fruit like,
yeah, he's
shooting
like
Kuba. And it's like
flames.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, dude, like that one Navy guy, he blasted his head open. Like that his head was gone. Sanji survived because he's got a metal exoskeleton now, and then Kuma survives assumedly because he's got the Buccaneer bloodline in him. But he's like, the Buccaneer boy, your only options are slavery and death. History itself chose them for you. And Kuma's like, are you important, mister? It doesn't make sense that you're born important, and there's no reason for somebody to be born a slave. If I've got some kind of power, then I want to be like Nika and save as many of these unfortunate people as I possibly can.
Oh.
And dude, which is why you people will vanish for good. And then we just get, wait, Rox, out of my way, Roger. And then a clash, and then this event would be lost to the dark shadows of history. Dog, what? I'm telling you, this event was like Rox, like getting the nuke fruit. Like whatever he did was so horribly world ending that like, dude, like the fact that Roger's trying to like talk at like, wait, Rox, like trying to talk some sense into him, like
the kill fruit, like
yeah.
fucking explode pancakes with my what the hell?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And then just when we thought we'd get some answers, and just when we thought we were worried that this flashback would be really, really long. No.
Yep.
We're done.
No, we cut straight to the other stuff, the cute stuff. Before we go to the cute stuff, I just want to bring up Lurking Legend of the Show Billy. We were talking about this chapter last night, and he brain blasted me. And it's like, I don't know if it's true, but I also don't know how to feel about it. I want you to go to page 8 and 9 and look at the Rocks Pirates like Jolly Roger, where it says rocks and the O is the skull.
Yes. Oh.
Why does that little flame look like the Gear 5 hair? Like, why does the little flame come out? Why does it look like the Gear 5 hair? Like, why does it...
It's either that or he had, like, Brooke's fruit or some shit.
Yeah.
But, like, no, Brooke was alive.
Yeah, Brooke was alive at this point.
Yeah.
Brooke was alive far before this era, I believe, right?
Like, Brooke's, like, 80?
Yeah.
So he was literally dying as this happened.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So it's like, dog, like, look, I'm not going to say that the God Valley incident, like, I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely died here or soon after.
Yeah. So my thing was, okay, we were like, what if he got the Nika fruit? But, like, my thing is, okay, like, the Nika fruit was, like... There's so much talk about the Nika fruit, or, like, Nika, as, like, in relation to Kuma in this flashback, that, like, is it asinine to think that fruit is here? But at the same time, it's like the world government erased its name from history, so it's like, if it was here, like, it wouldn't make sense in the story, because then people would know that it's the gum fruit.
He had it. I'm thinking right now, what I'm cooking is he had already had the gum fruit. Like,
oh yeah,
like, it's Roger's fruit. It's someone else's fruit. It's Joy Boy's fruit. No, I mean, it's definitely not a unique thought, but it very well could have been Rox's fruit coming in, and like as far as we understand, painfully evil man.
Yeah, like, what an insane,
like, your God's fruit, like, fucking Jesus know me, being wielded by, like, the most evil guy, which, as far as we know, like, that's just American politics, baby.
Yeah, that's just how we roll, baby.
But, like,
because, dude, when it was pointed out to me, I was like, dude, like, that would be insane. Because it's like, okay, the devil fruit has a mind of its own.
Right. And the world government had their
quote,
hands
unquote,
on it.
At some point. And it's like, okay, like, okay. And then, so when Who's Who had the fruit in his possession, and he was, like, he got it stolen by Shanks, like, right before the start of the story.
20 years separate.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, like, the question is, was that fruit in fruit form? Like, how long ago was the reincarnation of that fruit before Who's Who got it? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I do feel what you're saying, because, like, it's information we don't have.
If Rox had it and he died at God Valley,
the people who would know how to do what Blackbeard did, would all be there.
Yeah. Like, the only thing against this that I would say is that, like, if he did have the fruit, like, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, like, I feel like they
recognize it. You're right.
Even Gloriosa, like, they all would have recognized, like, the power. And to me, that's something, like, I don't think it could be the case, because it's like, okay,
for some reason he has the Dark Toon Force.
Oh no, he has the Daffy Duck to Luffy's bugs. Like, he has the rabbit season fruit.
Bro, he has the Happy Tree Friends fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fucking that's what happened to God Valley.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because the only other thing I can think is that like there's like there's a second fruit of some kind, or there's like some other fruit that's just as dangerous that he got a hold of, and that's what he was trying to do. Moon hockey, dude, maybe.
God damn.
That's the thing about this flashback, dude, and we're gonna have to wait, cause
and like wait till when? Fuck you.
Yeah, God knows when, but man, but these next 4 pages are like, I thought it was really cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
It's like Sorbet Kingdom in the South Blue. So somehow they ended up alive and in the Sorbet Kingdom. So I don't know like when or how Kuma popped them off the island, but he did.
Right, and was successful.
Yeah.
And Ginny's with them, so he didn't do it like, oh shit, this lady is about to kill the fucking big head guy.
Yeah.
Boop, and back to South. No, like they had some plan.
Yeah.
Or Kuma did at least.
Yeah. I do love Ivankov. Like, the only news story is the legend of Garp's heroics. They won't print anything else, implying they also saw what happened. Like, that's just what the powerful want. This Morgan's writer is such a hack.
How old is he?
Yeah. But then also it's like we still have no idea what happened on that island. So maybe they popped away like just as the horrendous rock sting was starting.
Oh, probably.
Like they probably just know that like oh, Garp like they won't print anything else. They're only talking about the Navy. Like they're only talking about Garp. They're not talking about anything else that happened on there. But I don't know. But Kuma's sitting here like, why are you still praying, Kuma? I'm thinking of the other lives I could have saved. Knock it off. Amidst all the chaos and violence, you saved over 500 lives back there. That's right, Kumachi, you were amazing. Everybody was crying with gratitude. Even I was. And now you've got hands of liberation that set people free.
Oh!
Hands of liberation. Dude, like, I love this. I love this for Kuma's character. I love what this means.
Yeah.
And, like, looking back throughout the story, like, oh, man, like, he's constantly been like, I mean, since his introduction to the story, he has just constantly been saving people, even as like a robot. It's oh man, like
yeah, like it's him to his core, so much so where like the last thing he could do of his volition was to help Luffy, because Luffy. Whatever he saw in Luffy just was liberation.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Fucking One Piece is good, man.
One Piece is good.
And then we just we keep going. Couple pages left. So your family ran a church. Explains so much about you. For as long as I live. Wait, what's the order here? Okay. So we see Ivankov with a pack and a coat, basically. Well, it's time for me to go to sea. I've got to make the most of this freedom. And it, like, bro, like, I don't know. I don't know why I feel so emotional about this.
Yeah.
They're here like, oh, as long as I live, Eva, I'll never forget your face. Haha, no one ever has. And Ginny says, I'm gonna stay here with Kumachi and figure out what to do with my life, bro. And he's off in the sunset. So long, my friends. And Ginny, apparently, I'm 4 years older, so it's up to me to feed little Kumachi. Like, damn, bro, this is so fucking cute. Like, literal, like, war orphan slaves, like, man, fuck, dude.
Oh man, dude. And what's like the final 2 pages drive it home, but it's like, you know, like, you know, a mom-related death is coming right for her. Like there's no way,
dude. Yeah, like I know we're like out of what we thought would take the most time of a flashback, we still got answers that are coming quick.
Oh, dude, yeah.
We're not out of this.
Dude, like, so I'm assuming that, like, the rest of the flashback is going to be, like, as they're growing up into, like, Bonnie and shit, and when he joined the revolutionaries. But, like, we just see him, like, splitting logs, and they're going to sell him. People are bullying him, and Ginny's, like, beating the shit out of him. But then, so Ginny beats the shit out of them for bullying him, and then Kuma walks up to them, and he, like, uses the pawpaw fruit, and he, like, pops out their injuries. And he's like, I'm sorry about that. Ginny's actually very nice. And they're like, oh, the pain just flew away. Was that magic? And they're, like, singing and helping him, like, Kumachi, Kumachi. Like, and it's like, dude, I still can't get over, like, Kuma's devil fruit is so, like, high concept. It's the same as, like, the Opi no Mi, and, like, dude, the upper limits of this fruit are, like, metaphysical. It's so wild.
But at the same rate, like, the way the skills, the power has manifested with Kuma is an extension of his character, right?
No, yeah, for sure.
The same can be said literally about everyone. That's why, like, Luffy could go fucking Nika mode. That's why, like Blackbeard is a leech. He fucking sucks. He's an absolute, like, pussy boy. And so his power is just to, like, bring everyone to his level and to be a leech in that process. And Kuma, like, has, like, they put it quite tangibly, hands of liberation. Liberate people from pain, their current circumstances. Liberate people from death. That's what he did with the Straw Hats.
Yeah. Like, oh, man, it's so good. And, like, we just get them at the table. And Ginny, obviously to me, I think we both agree, is going to end up being Bonnie's mom.
Well,
not just because of the naming, but also, like, chomp chomp munch scarf gobble chomp, not enough. And then Kuma holds up the rest of his plate to her. For me?
Yummy.
Yeah.
And literally, you eat so much, Ginny. Yeah.
You eat so much, Ginny. Let's name our daughter Bonnie. What? But, like, oh man, we've got a lot of work to do. And then when did they turn you into a slave, Kumachi? 4. Hey, me too. It's not something to celebrate. I'm so full. And then, what, Ginny? And she's like, cry, like, Kumachi, what? Don't cry. I'm so happy. As they're, like, in the little church, like, dude, they escaped. They escaped the most effed up situation that anybody in this world could have possibly been. A child slave in the freaking Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I mean, not just that, like, a child slave for, like, literally, like, the most cartoonishly yet realistically evil possible. Like, we're talking, like, Squid Games, like,
child slaves in the Squid Games, dude.
Turned to Hunger Game contestants.
Yeah, dude. Ginny and Kuma escaped Mr. Beast's Squid Games.
I was scrolling through Reddit. I saw some, like, some random fucking gif that was like, oh, Mr. Beast has gone too far this time. And, like, I don't know. Apparently the new video is out where he did, like, Hunger Games, but real, but again.
Oh, he always does stuff like that. He's like,
that's his fucking MO. But, like, it was, like, crazy VFX. Like, these people were literally getting fucking obliterated. The same, or, like, what the Mandalorian did with his fucking illegal rifle, right?
Yeah,
where it just decimated. Like, that's what was happening. So, you know what? Like, yeah, they survived Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Well, like, oh man, it's insane. And the flashback ends here, but the chapter ends here, and I'm like, Dude, like, okay, Oda did a good job. He hyped me up on this Rocks Pirates, like, God Valley setup, but, like, it's so crazy that, like, I mean, again, it's just, I mean, it's just good storytelling, but it's like, dude, like, so, like, just like, in a ward in, like, good world building, and that, like, this event with the children is, like, fully fleshed out and also happening on the same island at the same time as all this other stuff, and they're so, like, intertwined. It's like, bro.
And
like,
yet we still know nothing with them as, like, our narrators.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, man.
it's
my thing is just
crazy. And like...
I need to know what's in those treasure chests. My thing is, okay, I know Shanks. I'm assuming at the start of God Valley, all 6 of them are devil fruits.
Right.
At some point, at the end of everything, when they're leaving God Valley, like, that's when Shanks appears on Roger. That's the scene from Film Red where, like, Roger finds Shanks in the treasure chest.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, okay, what on earth is, like, what? How did Shanks end up there? Figureland, Garland, or whatever. To me, Garlic does not seem like the kind of caring father that would be like, son, I have to give you up to keep you safe. Like, float out to sea on this fucking, like...
Oh, yeah. I mean...
He does not seem like the kind of father that would be like, son, to save you, I need to give you up. Like,
I mean...
he's out here hunting people.
Fucking Mr. Leader of the SS Luftwaffe or whatever. Sorry, I don't know the actual... But, like, yeah, no, he didn't do it out of, like, probably somebody else in the family, assuming that he is, like, a Garling or a Figureland, whatever. Someone else in the family would have been like, oh, you're going to be safer from, like, literal apocalypse here in this chest.
Yeah.
That's already open for some reason. Unrelated to us and why we're here.
Yeah. Insanity, dude. And it's like, he ended... so Shanks ends up in one of those, and then it's like a, you know... I don't have any of the answers, but then it begs the question, like, okay, like, did Roger pick up that chest thinking that it was one of the devil fruits? Like, did Roger get skamazed? Did he get scammed? Was he trying to take one of the devil fruits to keep it out of people's reach, and then it turned out to be freaking Shanks?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, like, Shanks and Buggy are the same age. Like, does Buggy also join as, like, a baby child?
Buggy does,
or did he?
We don't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They keep. I'm convinced at this point. They keep Rox's identity, like, under tight wraps. I think this man's got blue hair. I think the reason why the 4 final emperors going into the final saga are Blackbeard, Luffy, Shanks, and Buggy. It's Shanks, who's following in the footsteps of his former papa, Roger. Luffy, who has the Nika fruit, who is, like, the literal, like, you know, savior, reborn. Blackbeard, who's following under the footsteps of Rox. And at this point, if Rox's hair is blue, then it's Buggy, who is actually the biological, like, son of Rox, and who's like dude, I have no idea. That's just a fun theory to think about, but I'm like, dude, like, if Buggy's not related to Rox at all, it's still just great that he's a part of all this, like, stumbled his way into this final saga.
Dude, yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, but my thing is, like, okay, did he join? Did he also join as a sweet baby summer child? Or did he join later, but he just so happens to be the same age as Shanks?
Oh.
That's what I need to understand.
We're not power scaling, we're time scaling.
Yeah, I'm time scaling, dude. I need to know. But Dude, this was an insane chapter. Even just the glimpse of the start of the God Valley incident from what we saw is already, like, insane.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I don't... There's really not much else to say. I don't think, because, this was a fucking bombshell. And, we're not done.
Yeah. Especially with, like, now, like... With the last couple pages with, like, Kuma and Ginny, like, we got a Better Call Saul situation. Like, are we literally just gonna watch their lives, like, fall apart slowly? Yeah, get worse as the flashback goes on.
Man.
Because I know we're gonna end up seeing how Kuma came to be what he is now.
Yes, we're definitely gonna see that. Same with Bonnie, Ginny. Like, we're definitely gonna get the Kuma side flashback now.
Yeah.
I did want to bring up, though, that I don't think we ever, like, said it, but, like, this feels like soft confirmation that, like, Saturn is at least ageless, if not immortal.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, this flashback's 40
exactly
years
the
back.
same.
He looks exactly the same, but what he looks like is old as fucking dirt. Like, we're talking older than people serving in Congress right now. Somehow old.
Somehow.
And
Saturn average congressman.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But then on top of that, like, another 40 years? No way.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got. Fuck.
Yeah, I we'll be back. I believe there's a chapter next week. We'll be back next week with 1097. Dude, it's crazy that we're almost at 1100.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since we hit 1,000.
That's insane. But
we were still at the end of one. Jesus.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. But yeah, no, that's gonna wrap it up for us. We'll be back next week with 1097. At Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else. If you want to give us a follow, if you want to engage with us and ask us all these questions and see the podcast notes and stuff, Paramecia Flower Capital is our Discord. The permanent invite links are in all of our social media bios and descriptions.
It's also where you can send me any Shuggy fanfic that proves, specifically that proves that I'm not the progenitor of this idea.
Yeah, we need to see Buggy's arm where Shanks' arm once was. Episodes come out every single week following the official release. As soon as they're uploaded to our hosting site, parameciafancast.libsyn.com. They're uploaded to all the major podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. We're available on all of them, so whichever platform you prefer. If you want a free way to help us, just listening to the show, giving the show ratings, leaving likes, leaving comments, any sort of engagement with the actual media is the best way to help your favorite artists for free. Your favorite content creators live and die on the algorithm, and you'd be surprised, but just engaging with the content really pushes them through the algorithm like crazy. So we thank y'all for all the word of mouth that y'all do. If you have a couple bucks lying around and you want to support us monetarily, you can go to patreon.com/Paramecia. Shout outs to our patrons. We have Joe Williams, Chance, Maggie Rice, Ice Stomp, The Lost Crab Rangoon, Zach, Connor, Ashok Murthy, Corey Agra, Fuddy Clam, James Sullivan, David Brownfield, Sam Thompson, Charles Ruth, Ronald Miller, and Bandle Vandal. Thank you guys so much. Like we've said before, the Patreon mostly goes to increasing the monthly limit, the monthly upload limit on our hosting site. So you'll notice beefier episodes coming out now. And that's all thanks to you guys' support. At some point, we're getting close to more goals, so hopefully better equipment coming up soon. Hopefully more, things that'll make it easier for us to create more content for you guys. So thanks for any of the support that you can give us. We really appreciate it. other than that, follow us on, like and subscribe us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channels. Paramecia Fancast on YouTube. Episodes go up there every single week as well. And also, if you want like TCG content right now and some like One Piece theories and stuff down the line, our second channel, Paramecia TV, is where all that is. I've been pretty good uploading like about 45-minute, hour-long videos, at least one every week the past couple weeks on the channel. Just me playing through different decks and trying different stuff. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty awesome that the matches are really good and you get to see real like insight of me like either learning the deck or like learning situations in the game, which is fun.
I've still got
if you're on
a promised thing. I promise you, all I have to do is recover the 8 pages I wrote on that airplane.
Yes.
And once I'm past that, I got you. Deck building.
Happen. Yeah. But yeah, the main YouTube channel as well. Like I said, if you listen to us on YouTube Music, if that's your main platform that you listen to music and podcasts on, every one of the YouTube videos is set up as a podcast, like in the back end. So you should be able to find the podcast on YouTube Music and listen to it there. So pretty cool.
Hey there. Technology.
Yeah. Other than that, I got nothing. I don't got no crack theories. This chapter was
this chapter has been a doozy.
Yeah.
I have not come up with a better joke in the format of she stole on my pocus till I blank. We'll get there next week.
She ick on my koku till I sovereignty.
Okay, we're cooking with a bit more gas.
We're cooking.
I'm glad we could get another funny. I wanted to bring the unfortunate current event, even though it's been decades, but it's coming to a head now. Just want to like say straight out the gate, like we are full like support of the Palestinians and everything that's going on is
for a ceasefire, please. Like we gotta.
This is incredibly bad. I could literally talk about 2 hours as to why like this has been the plan the whole time. That's why we give money to Israel.
Yeah.
But don't expect us to like say like, oh, but what about the other side? That doesn't fucking matter. Like, I don't want to give nuance to this shit. What really, really matters now are the people who are dying.
Yeah.
The people who are suffering the most. And it's the Palestinians. I do want to provide a way to help them. I'm just not satisfied with anything I've seen yet. Though I have heard there's some people, so they cut off internet in Palestine, and there is something that works, and there's a way to there's someone looking for a way to set up how to pay for people to get like data roaming again, basically.
Yeah.
So that seems like the most helpful direct action.
Yeah.
If it sticks around. So I'll post that on the Discord if that ends up happening. Otherwise, shit sucks, no doubt. But I guess like slightly relevant to what we talk about is that early on, before like weeks ago, before it just was a barrage of missiles, at protests happening, seeing the Straw Hat Jolly Roger really was heartening, because it's the kind of thing where it's like, no, we're not making this shit up about how it's like actually important and like actually representative of like the real life strife that happens. Like, is it fucking like a replacement for learning shit at school? No. But
yeah.
There's still something beautiful there, and I don't really have the words to say what, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to end this on a bummer.
Yeah. No bummers allowed.
No bummers allowed. No. She say what you're gonna say. I was gonna say the Ikoku sovereignty.
No, I was just gonna say it is very. Everybody's always like, oh, like One Piece, like, oh, you know, stupid people like, oh, One Piece isn't political, and it's like, dog, like, I don't know any like buddy who's. I saw a TikTok that put it the best. The creator, I the name eludes me. I'll try to find it and put it in the podcast notes. But he's like, if you watch One Piece and you hear about this conflict and you're on the side of like the oppressor, he's like, Luffy won't rock with you. Like, turn the anime off. Like, stop watching. Like, you're not, like, Luffy would beat your ass. You're not doing, like,
oh God, I might be able to find that. I don't think I was too on TikTok this week,
and that stuck with me, where I was like, damn, like it's so true. Seeing those pictures, I think in our Discord, Zeta Phantom posted, somebody edited an image of Luffy holding the flag, Hiruluk's flag in Drum Island.
Did.
Or they did, yeah, and it was Luffy holding the Palestinian flag. I'm like, dude, that's so good. Luffy would, like, jokes aside, like, somebody, like a Palestinian would, like, feed Luffy, and then Luffy would, like, you know, stop this from happening. You know, that's the meme answer, but it's also like, dude, no, like this is something that Luffy would 1,000%, you know, be on their side, you know, like, he would 1,000%, like, this is just wrong in every way.
Right, and, like, there's, like, a real world, like, tangibility to, like, I mean, shit, like, there's all these protests going on, like, around the world that are, like, hitting record numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, granted, I don't watch fucking TV, but I don't see, like, news coverage of it other than, like, at a local level.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. One Piece has real impact, man. It's a good story, not just because it's good storytelling, but, like, the message matters.
Yeah, the message is so important, and it's one of those things that's like, dog, like, let's get some media literacy, please. Like, let's
for real. I think now we're at a point where we can once again reiterate, Shi'ik on my Koku till I sovereignty.